This one's for every webhead, every Tampa Bay sports fan, from the pirate ship to the ice to the trop. Welcome to the Sports Web! Lights go up, it's another game night, breaking every headline underneath the spotlight. Red and pewter, blue and white, living every moment under Friday night lights. No fake stories, no empty hype, just passion that burns every single night. The Rolex reporter never misses a beat, always bringing the fire from the Tampa Bay streets. Raise your voices, let them hear you scream. Every fan united, living out the dream. Bring your passion, bring your excitement, just don't bring any nonsense. We're standing tall, we'll answer the call through every rise and every fall. For the Bucs, for the Rays, for the Lightning's glory days. This is the Sports Web, where Tampa comes alive.
Welcome to another edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, your Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And of course, for fans of the Sports Web, the Tampa Bay sports fan, especially You go Bucs fans, you Rays fans as they defeat Colorado today. How do we start off this show? As you know them, you love them, you got to have them. Bring the passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense here on a happy, well, let it play. Come on. There you go. Don't tease me like that. Technology. On tonight's show, we'll have Jason Powers on Sports Podcast Spectrum Sports 360 at 9 o'clock. Coming up here in a couple minutes. And then the return of the legend, former Coach Scott and Out media member of, Amped Up Sports, Mr. Leo Haggerty.
Book him, Dano.
Yes. And then, as always, we'll take your phone calls. 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. Let's go ahead and get the advertisements out of the way. So let's go ahead and do this right here. This show is brought to you by Up the Block Barbershop. Up the Block Barbershop. You don't have to go far. It's Up the Block Barbershop, 4946 Moog Road in Holiday, Florida. Whether it's a haircut, a beard trim, a fade, they got you covered. Go see my favorite barber, Ricky, and all the great barbers there at Up the Block Barbershop. Tell them the Rolex reporter, Peter Blake, sent you. Again, it's Up the Block Barbershop, 4946 Moog Road. Let's go out to the phone lines. Broadway, you're on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television live here at Raymond James Stadium after your Bucs fall to 6-3. Go. So there you go. Up the Block Barbershop right there. Tell them, again, the Rolex reporter, Peter Blake, sent you. If that wasn't enough, every day, Bucs fans, you said I wanted more sports web. And you know what? I provided for you. I joined the Fan Arch Network, and we do daily Tampa Bay Buccaneer content 5 days a week, 10 to 15 minutes. Bucs latest on YouTube, 11 a.m. That's your test, Bucs fans. Go like and subscribe to that. If that wasn't enough, we are involved with this. On September 19th, we will have Ian Beckles, Kenny Shaw, Tez Johnson, Clinton Portis, Sean Kemp just announced the Tampa Bay Sports Collectors Expo. They're live from the Florida State Fairgrounds here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. If that wasn't enough, we will be here on Saturday, live in the Bay Area. Here we go.
Tired of the same old boring pizza? What if I told you there's a place that's completely changing the game? Welcome to Sam's Pizza and Deli Cafe, where we do things differently. It all starts with our dough made fresh from scratch every single day. No frozen stuff here. And our wings? Forget that heavy breading. We bake them to crispy perfection and toss them in our incredible house-made sauces for pure, unadulterated flavor. But let's talk pizza! Ever tried a pizza like it's a mind-blowing mix of pepperoni, pesto, and a kick of sriracha honey. Or how about a Philly cheesesteak pizza that's loaded with all the good stuff? Every single ingredient is chosen for maximum flavor, making each bite an explosion of pure happiness. So, if you're looking for fresh, crispy, and truly unique flavors, you know where to go. Sam's Pizza and Deli Cafe. Taste the difference today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more delicious content.
So there you go. And the address, if you guys want to join me on Saturday at noon, 4644 West Candy Boulevard, Suite 10. The Evolution of Sports Talk Television gets out there. They got great deals. In fact, I had 2 pieces of pizza with soda for $7. It's good stuff. It's filling. And I can't wait to meet all you webheads, all you Tampa Bay sports fans out there. All right, one more advertisement, I promise, and then we'll get out to Jason Powers as he's been patient. This from the Carter Agency. They gave us the opportunity to be on TikTok. We appreciate that. It's more than just a game here, and we're not playing games on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. The Sports Web, again, Facebook stars are open. YouTube Super Chats are open. Like and subscribe as we're live here on Facebook Live, YouTube, Instagram Live, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn Live. I'll try to be professional. I said try. Without further ado, let's go out to the man right here, my tag team partner of the world, Mr. Jason Powers, Powers on Sports Podcast, his weekly segment here on a Wednesday night, a happy hump day. There it goes. Now it's working right. Welcome to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television, my friend. How you doing?
What's going on, man? I'm happy to hear you have a little reunion with our guy, Leo Haggerty.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a wrestling turn here, right?
We're getting the band back together again. That's what we're doing. We also brought back Louis from the Frozen Pirate podcast. We're getting all my guys back together again, and it starts with this guy right here, my tag team partner of the world. We're the NWO. We're taking over, right? We're the renegades of this. And by the way, do you like that new theme song?
That's a good. I was going to compliment John. I heard the full gamut. That's pretty good, man. I might need to bring you on board to help me with some podcast music for my stuff.
There you go. So I definitely can work that, and we'll try to do some editing, try to get some videos up of our shows together.
Yes.
Some shows with guys like this guy right here, who we miss.
Go away.
That guy right there, Mr. TJ Reeves. They are doing his thing. The media icon, as always. We'll have him back on the evolution of sports talk television, along with everybody else. Harry the Greek, Tampa Bay, Ray Kennedy. Who knows? You just got to keep on tuning in. Without further ado,
what are we, a month away from football? When's kickoff? The 13th?
I'm telling you, I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go for this, but all this drama, and you know what I say, right? It's a wrestling term. Save that drama for your mama. There's been a lot of drama. In fact, you know what?
Real quick, before we get to the Bucs, give me a SummerSlam. Give me a SummerSlam review.
Night one was terrible. Night one was terrible. Even though it had Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, that was a good match. It was okay. But night two was great. Brock Lesnar retiring in Minnesota, that was fantastic. Kevin Owens returning, that was fantastic. Seth Rollins and the OTC there kind of doing their Shield thing, that was fantastic. I liked it. Night two was good. Night one, not so much. Put me to sleep.
What'd you think of Randy Orton making his triumphant return?
Oh, man, the Viper is – how old is he now, man? I'm telling you. I mean, when he started wrestling in 2002?
He's got to be mid-40s. He's got to be mid to late 40s.
Still around, and he's snake attacking Cody Rhodes. So I'm just waiting for Cody Rhodes to turn heel at this point. I'm kind of over it. Like, I'm ready for Cody Rhodes to turn heel. I'm ready to see this.
What do you think of these stupid press conferences after each night? I mean, how stupid are those?
I want to be a part of it. I want to be
really?
Hell yeah, I want to be a part. I want to be. Listen, you're talking to the guy who did Jake Paul press conferences. Hell, I got one more thing. We'll get to the football. Yes.
Are those planted questions? Or are those legit? Are these people actually coming up with some of these questions seem like they're very much planted by WWE.
You would think so. And the Busted Open Radio, which is on Sirius XM Radio, just turned to WWE Radio. So now they've kind of lost their way. It's all WWE. So you would think that they do some prior planning, but yeah, I tend to think maybe some of that is organic, although you're probably right. It is probably planted. Listen, it's wrestling, man. It's entertainment at the end of the day, right? Tom Brady might be joining WWE there pretty soon. Who doesn't want to see that, right? Who doesn't want to see that situation?
I don't want to see that.
You don't want to see that. All right, and I'll tell you what else you don't want to see. Yes. You don't want to see all this talk from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because it's just talk. It's like outside noise. It's like everybody's running a promo. Like Baker Mayfield was doing a promo. Shall I play the press conference, just a little bit of that press conference to give you an idea? Or do you remember what he had to say?
I mean, we all know what he said. He blasted everybody from here to one Buck place.
Right, exactly. So what did you think of that? How did you think of that press conference? Did that paint him in a
I didn't love that public blasting by Baker. I mean, you can get your point across without, the full disrespect and all that stuff. Again, we've talked about this.
Yes.
Baker's got to take – again, he's had a really good 3-year run. We get it. And, again, I can understand where he's frustrated if it's a 2-year offer versus again, until I hear that, again, you'll never hear the truth on that. But, Baker, Schefter reported 2 years but over $50 million. So,
yeah.
And at some point I would argue to Baker Mayfield – why not take the 2 years and then you get another deal in another couple years?
Well, I think he looks at it this way. This is how I looked at it. Like, you do a 2-year deal, more than likely it's foreshadowing. The Bucs are going to draft somebody next year, whether he has.
I don't agree with that. Not if he plays well.
But what if he doesn't play well?
Well, then he doesn't. Then that's on Baker
well
Mayfield.
What if they still say, you know what, this clash is still special? You're going to draft. So what I see is he wants a more than a 2-year contract because he doesn't want to be stuck, mentoring a younger option. And I get that. And listen, if he's your franchise,
then go play good. Then go play good.
But I talked about this the other night. Like, I relate sports to relationships. And again, let me put the disclaimer out there. I'm a single 47-year-old man, never been married, never have kids. But I even know that when you get that significant other, when you say what you say is she's your franchise quarterback. And how you do that is you make sure that relationship is good. You put a ring on it. You make sure that she's comfortable. You've given her everything. If they're saying, if Jason Light, Todd Bowles, ownership is saying he's a franchise quarterback, what are we doing looking the other way here? What are we looking at other prospects? Why are we even chancing this? Sign him to a longer contract than 2 years. That's how I look. If he's your franchise quarterback, if he's not a franchise quarterback, he's a bridge to nowhere quarterback. Don't waste my time to say, you know what, we're going to franchise you next year and then move on, or just move on from him and go with another quarterback. And the great thing, or the interesting thing about this, a lot of Bucs fans want to move on from him, but they never have an answer who to move on to, and they want to, go to door number 2. What's door number 2? Tom Brady's not behind door number 2. Tom Brady's
the next door is a draft pick. Is a college kid.
Which has worked out so well the last 10 years. I get it, you have to draft one, and I get it may be a special class. But when it comes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, what do we know? What's the bread and butter of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? A veteran quarterback. Yeah. You got a player that said unequivocally he wants to be the franchise quarterback of this team.
Everybody says that. Every guy says that.
Not always. I mean, the history of this. Bucs, players don't want to play for the Bucs. He wants to play for the Bucs. He wants to be a franchise quarterback. He wants to be a part of this situation. And they're saying, and I get it. Again, the argument was, well, the Bucs offer 2 years, $50 million a year. He wants 3 or 4 years. And I can get that. And I also get where the Bucs are coming from, saying, you know what, can he stay healthy? But I feel like Baker playing through all those injuries last year, the Bucs kind of owe him one. And you know how you owe him one?
No, I disagree with that. No.
Listen, if he were Joe Burrow, okay, and he didn't play through the injuries like Joe Burrow has done here the last couple of years, his value wouldn't have been lowered. He lowered his value. He basically self-destructed, shot himself in the foot.
Disagree.
8 injuries last year, Jason Powers.
If you're playing on Sundays, I don't want to hear about you're hurt on Monday. I don't want to hear, I've been hurt all year on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or in March and April. Don't play. If you're too hurt to play, don't play. Okay. If you're looking to protect, I admire I want to be a great teammate and all that, and do what I can, but you don't get it both ways all the time where I play hurt, but if I play bad, it's a pass. I get a full pass if I don't play good when I'm allegedly hurt.
I just say there's a lot of quarterbacks that won't play and wouldn't play. Listen, if Baker gets hurt again, I would just tell him, listen, I know that you're going to give the best, the best opportunity for that team to win. And let's face it here.
It depends on what the injury is.
Right.
If Baker guy's got a sore knee, you can play as a quarterback. Guess what you can do a lot of with a sore knee? You can still be in the pocket and do what you got to do. What you shouldn't be doing with a sore knee is trying to scramble and run and run over linebackers and safeties.
I agree. No, I completely agree with that. And he has to alleviate that, but also MCL, PCL, you're talking about bicep injury. You're talking about AC joint. You're talking about, the core injury there. You have that situation. So it's multiple injuries, and I give him credit. But you're right. He has to definitely alleviate that. Even Todd Bowles talked about that. With that being said, go ahead.
Is Baker Mayfield a force multiplier? Meaning, if things are average around him, can he elevate receivers, whatever it is? Can he be a difference maker in your view?
He did in 2024 with the majority of the receiver with a good
get to the Super Bowl. Can he take a team to the Super Bowl?
Well, it's a multifaceted question.
I agree with that.
Because a lot of people say, well, Josh Allen's a franchise quarterback. And I would say, well, if you're using the same energy when it comes to Josh Allen, then just blame Josh Allen. or look at from the standpoint of Allen has never had a defense. And if you had some type of defense, like the Bucs had some type of defense, an average defense at the end of the day, I definitely think you could be talking about, moving out of the first round, going into the second, or possibly the NFC Championship. But the Bucs haven't had that. At certain points last year, that defense was giving up 28 points a game. So, of course, Baker feels like he has to put the offense on his back. And then on top of it, you have an offensive coordinator that doesn't know what the hell he's doing at the end of the day.
That's over. Let's stop thinking about what was. Let's start moving forward to what is.
Here's the point to it. When he did have a competent offensive coordinator in Liam Cohen, he had 41 touchdowns. So to answer your question, even with the injuries in 2024, I definitely think he can elevate the team. But you got to have help. You've got to always have help. Tom Brady had to have help. He had to have an offensive line. He had to have all the receivers and a running game and a defense. And this whole notion of a quarterback can do it by himself is hogwash. It's nonsense. I hear it all the time from Bucs fans. It's just nonsense.
So did you see Mike Sando's a big-time NFL writer. Yep. He does a quarterback tier every year where he talks to 50 head coaches, GMs, personnel people around the league. And that came out this week.
Got it.
And where was Baker Mayfield?
Well, it's a great point. You stole my thunder because that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Mike Sando of The Athletic surveyed 50 executives.
And he does this every year. This is not a one-year deal. He's done this for 15, 20 years.
And Mayfield landed in the tier 2 as the number 14 quarterback in the NFL, which is not bad. It's not great.
Which is right where most people, if you're being objective, that's the neighborhood he lives in.
Now, one anonymous offensive coordinator, gotta love the anonymous offensive coordinator. It's like the player to be named later. The streakiest player of all time, another executive in Sando's survey offered the evaluation of Mayfield. He's probably fluctuates from a 3 to a 2 with some tier 1 games in there. A little bit of reckless play style, a little smaller guy. You saw some wear and tear catch up last season. I lead towards a 3. I don't think he's tier 3. I think he's tier 2, and he could definitely be a tier 1. But again, you have to help.
Come on, Peter. He's not tier 1, Peter.
They definitely think he can be tier 1 because his numbers.
Occasionally, every quarterback can play tier 1 when they have a great game.
3 years now, he has better numbers than Josh Allen.
Then why have we never got to the divisional round?
Because you don't have a defense at this point. You haven't had a defense. You haven't had a full healthy complement of offensive weapons.
You're never going to have a full complement of healthy everybody's. That's the name of this game is working around injuries.
You still have to have a defense.
I'll give you that.
That's why a lot of fans are upset with Todd Bowles and want Todd Bowles fires because he runs the defense because the defense has lacked since the Super Bowl year. I get that. But let's just think if you had a defense, let's just say you had the defense this year. Because I think
what level defense do you need to have for Baker to elevate? 15? 15.
You get an average defense that can make some stops and get some sacks. I definitely think you're in business and cause some turnovers. Definitely. Okay. All right. We'll go out to the comments here because I don't want to monopolize and talk about Baker all night long. I know you guys are tired of it. We talk about it because it's news. Good evening, Peter Blake says, Tim, thank you very much for tuning in.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go out to Dante Nelson. What's up, Peter? Yeah, what's up?
I was going to say, so we'll get off Baker. Give me a couple of guys that realistically, whether it's free agent acquisitions or draft class, that you think can make a realistic impact on this roster, especially on the defensive side.
Well, I think, listen, that's the next point. You're going to have to fill that need if you get rid of Vita Vea, and it certainly seems like this is not going to go a certain way. So if you're talking about draft next year,
why would the Bucs get rid of Vita Vea?
They're not going to get rid of him this year,
right?
But next year, I think they move on from him.
Okay,
and we got some latest stuff there. So hold that thought. I definitely want to do that. Dante, thank you very much for tuning in. Again, open phone lines if you guys want to call in 727-255. 0391 872-7255-0391. Roger Greenberg 1205. Happy Wednesday, Peter and Bucs fans too. Evening peeps. Eric says, let's go, Peter Blake. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Go Bucs, go Rays, go Bolts. He says, go Bucs, go Bucs.
How was that Freddie Peralta debut?
Oh, whoa, that was rough. It was not exciting, Todd. By the way, breaking news here. August 5th, Todd Bowles is still your coach.
Is it
There you go, right
Fire
there.
the cannon!
Always love to put that out there because Bucs fans wanted him fired. Let's see, Chris Cole. Speaking of baseball, F the Dodgers, F Scooble. The Cubs just swept the Dodgers in 3 games. Go Cubs, go! Gotta love that. Tim says, I heard that Jalen Daniels was making the quarterback room competitive. Absolutely, he is. That's one of the stories, one of the competitions that we put out there as a third quarterback, and eventually maybe a second quarterback. Jake Browning is entrenched there. What's up, Peter? What's up, Brent? Child of Israel, Jason Powers, please talk some football knowledge into Peter Mayfield. Listen, Child of Israel, you have been absolutely bringing nothing to this.
What's the Peter Blake? What's the if the Bucs said here's 3 years, 150, 110 guaranteed?
Sure.
What's your answer?
Yeah, I'm doing it. I would do that.
Is Baker doing it?
I think he should do it. I don't know if he does it. I think that would be a good contract at this point. All right, let's go out to the phone lines here. We'll get back to what we're talking about when it comes to Vita Vea. Alex, welcome to the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. You're on with yours truly, along with Jason Powers, Powers on Sports Podcast. Go, my friend.
What's up, boys?
What's going on?
Alex.
Man, what's up, brother? Hey, man, it's been a long time since I've heard this, man. Hey, listen, you guys were having some great conversation about, Baker Mayfield. I know everyone's tired of talking about Baker, but, man, y'all were talking about, besides Baker, what do the Bucs really need? You are absolutely right. You need a mid-tier defense because you have to get at least a better pass defense than what you've had in the last 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
The Bucs have ranked 25 or below in pass defense the last 3 seasons. Hence the 3rd and 28, blah blah blah. We all know that story.
Sure.
So while
pass rush.
And I agree with everything that Jason said, I'm going to ask you a question, Peter.
Go for
and
it.
You said so yourself. If I were Baker and I wasn't selfish and I care about winning, I would have liked to see when the Bucs were up at 6-2 and Baker was already dealing with injury.
Yeah.
It should have been a Todd Bowles call to at least rest Baker a game or two.
With
Do you
who?
agree?
Great point.
With who? You're gonna go with Teddy Bridgewater?
Yes.
You lost anyway. So why not?
I mean, I think Baker gives you the best chance to win. Does Teddy Bridgewater give you
But would you rather have Baker healthy in 2 weeks of rest for the stretch drive?
No.
Even if you had to sacrifice 2 games to get to 6-4, that's something that's a great thought there, Alex. Because
definitely great thought, but I also think the blame lies on the Bucs organization, namely Jason Light, by not getting a quality backup, and you did that in the offseason with Jake Browning. At the time, we thought Bridgewater.
Everybody loved Teddy. Everybody thought Teddy was the man a year ago.
He did not look good at all.
I agree, but when they signed Teddy, everybody was all Teddy Bridgewater.
Well, after seeing Kyle Trask. I mean, come on. Of course I'm going to say Teddy's better
guys,
than Kyle
I want to
Trask.
add this too because you guys mentioned a great point. I think Jason Light really has completely failed this organization in many aspects. I've mentioned many times, even as the season ended, regardless of how things ended. Obviously, we didn't get one more win to get to the playoffs, which is awful on its own. But again, I'm going to remind you guys, on my end of season thoughts, if you're going to stick with the head coach, this is from the Glazers down. If you're going to stick with the head coach and Todd Bowles, which clearly they are, whether it has to do with money or not, you have to match the talent to match the Todd Bowles defensive scheme. And that's where Jason Light has failed, in my opinion, over and over, in my opinion.
I think you're right.
If you look at just a simple man coverage, do you have the right talent to match the same man coverage that is being produced on the field? You don't, because you watched even Jalen McMillan, which I get it, he had a bad season, but at the end of the day, you didn't get the right proper backup talent to fit the scheme. And obviously, 3rd and 28, 4th and 14 ended up being how the Bucs ended the season on the defensive end.
Give Jason Light credit.
You got to put Jason on the hot seat this is not on all Todd Bowles. Do I think Todd Bowles has some better things to improve on as a head coach? Sure, I think we can all agree upon that. But, man, it starts with Jason Light. If you're going to stick with the head coach, you got to match the talent.
Alex, I appreciate the comment. I agree
Thanks,
with
guys.
you on that.
Appreciate
Use
you
the
guys.
Great call, Alex.
second call. I agree with them on this, and you can see this in the offseason with Jason Light and what he did, getting a Reuben Bain Jr., getting an Ashawn Robinson, filling depth through the draft. I definitely think you saw that. Now there's no excuse, and now getting back David Walker, who's been impressive.
Yeah.
Remember
Last year, though. We can be hard on Jason Light. What did he do in the draft last year? He drafted 2 corners in the first 3 rounds.
Agree.
Parrish and Morrison, and I think they're going to be good players. Were they good? Were they ready for prime time last year as rookies? Most cornerback rookies are not ready for prime time, but you got some decent output out of Parrish. Jamel Dean, again, he's shown flashes. I get it. Hard to be consistent. Carlton Davis was never great, but we all thought he was good. Zion McCullum didn't have a great year last year after he got paid. That was kind of, but for me, it all goes back to the front 4. The back 4 gets exposed when the front 4 is laboring to get pressure. And say what you want, Diaby he's always a step away.
It's a double. He was double teamed. He was double teamed because he got nobody else besides Vita Vea who's being
We
double.
all thought Hassan Reddick was the man. And he turned out to be a dud.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
when
no.
they signed Hassan Reddick, everybody said, pencil him in for 12, 13 sacks.
Yeah.
And
here's a guy who did it. You thought it was just an anomaly, if you will, Leo word, with the Jets. Everybody goes to the Jets, has a suck year, and it was just a bad year. And then he goes to the Bucs, and he's a man on the milk car. And I agree with you. Go out to the comments, and then we'll talk the defense. We're going to talk about this Vita Vea situation. We have to keep in mind that while we all admire Baker's toughness and play through injuries, eventually those injuries can catch up, could force him to miss games. Is that worth 3 or 4 years? Not money-wise, but years. Agree. Brent threw a pick and lost the Lions game. It's not just him losing the Lions game. It was the defense losing it also, Brent. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Like, he's not a guy that is.
But here's what I'll say, Peter Blake.
Well, hold that thought, because we got somebody calling in here that we haven't heard from in a little while here.
All right.
Mr. Drew Felios, welcome to the evolution of Sports Talk Television. How you doing tonight, my friend?
Oh, I'm driving down right now. I just got finished with some Little League baseball for the 4-letter network and coming back home and listening to you guys, just loving the conversation, and thought I'd just maybe ask you guys a couple questions, weigh in a little bit on this conversation.
Please do, my friend. Please do. Always welcome here on the evolution of Sports Talk Television.
Great stuff. It's been a while, but want to ask both you guys, does it trouble you that Baker went off like he did on the entire organization? Do you think any of that carries over? Does it influence where the Bucs go forward with him if there is some more turbulence in this overall negotiation? If you're Jason Light, does that affect whether you think he is a guy committing too long-term? How do you feel about the way he handled everything the last few days?
Listen, I love the fact that he was real about it, but then again, you have to be professional. I didn't like the fact that he threw the Bucs underneath the bus there. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like the fact that he said that the Bucs were far away, and then the report comes out from Adam Schefter that the Bucs weren't that far away. That in fact they were going to give him a 2-year, $50 million. So I have some doubts there, right? And then you have all these distractions. You have the bad taste of last year. So that's kind of concerning to me. And then you saying that, and then on top of it saying, well, I know the Bucs can franchise me, but they also have a lot of dead money. It's almost like he's, challenging them. And then to a certain degree here, Drew and Jason, it's like, isn't this what we want from Baker Mayfield? We want him to have that chip on his shoulder. But again, it's a bad look. It's a bad optic. And then on top of it, you have the Vita Vea contract situation. You have the departure of Mike Evans, people asking questions. I wish a lot of this stuff would just quiet down. And unfortunately, it hasn't done that. So I don't know what it does to the locker room. Does he galvanize the locker room, or does it become splintered if you have a bad start?
It won't get splintered, because every guy knows business is business off the field when it comes to contracts. What Baker better do, though, Drew, and you know this, he better not come out week one. Again, if there's not a new deal in place by week one, he better not come out and throw 2 interceptions at Cincinnati against Joe Burrow. He better go out and score 28 to 31 points. Even if they don't win the game, he better be productive, because that's where things will get ugly, is if he doesn't play well and he doesn't have a new deal.
Yeah, and he's got to perform. I mean, the web.
And I don't want to hear new offensive coordinator and all this and all that, and no Mike Evans. I don't want to hear that.
Well,
that's not your excuse, Baker Mayfield.
No,
I want you to be here, Baker. I do, but you better play.
Well, he's got to perform a lot better than he did in the second half. I'd say, 13 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, Drew. That's just not where you want him to be. And I said, listen, in the conversation of the first half, we were talking about MVP. I feel like if Baker was hurt, the Buccaneers organization knew he was hurt. I know he gives you the best chance to win, and I know the backup quarterback situation isn't that good. But to save yourself, and Jason made this point, to save yourself and save also, possibly not having him 100%. Maybe if he rests, maybe he will be 100% the next couple of games. Maybe they should have played Teddy Bridgewater a little bit in those 2 games to save Baker.
And Drew, you know this. You've been around plenty of quarterbacks. Playing injured and playing hurt are different. Every guy in that league has nicks and bumps every week, knee sore, elbow, whatever. So I don't like when the quarterback embellishes especially in the offseason. Oh, I was so hurt. He didn't look that hurt throwing the ball. He didn't throw wounded ducks, right, Peter Blake and Drew?
Yeah.
That doesn't affect you throwing the ball to the wrong team.
I mean, I can't argue with that. You can't definitely argue with the decision making. Drew, I mean, what do you think? Do you think there's a distraction here? Is this troubling? Is this ominous before the season? Because that's what I thought of. You like to have a quiet season with not all these distractions and drama, and that's exactly what we're getting here. Is this bad news for the Bucs?
I'm thinking, guys, some of the all-time great players like a Tom Brady. I hate to throw that comparison out there because he is the GOAT.
Right.
But you never had a real contract issue or anything like this going on with a guy like that. When I think holdouts and Bucs, I think Eric Redd. Remember how he was unhappy way back in the early 90s, and guess who came in and just took his job? He was never the same. Work done, just came right in.
Yep.
And you never heard of Eric Redd again. For Baker, I can't understand it. You got your family here. You know you're going to make money.
Yes.
You're being offered a solid deal. Take the damn money, move on, and keep proving yourself on the field. I just can't understand why something like this happens, because eventually, when a guy talks too much like this and throws an entire organization that welcomed him in under the bus, eventually you just know it's going to come back and bite him some way, shape, or form.
You're exactly right. And I think to Baker's point, he doesn't want to sign that 2-year deal, Drew. We're on with Drew Felios here.
Then keep it quiet. Don't say it's disrespectful publicly. You can think that.
Right.
You can tell Jason like that to his face behind the scenes, but that doesn't need to be your first comment at training camp.
Right. I just think he wants to be wanted. And he thought with Jason calling him a franchise quarterback, with Todd Bowles referring to him as a franchise quarterback, with even ownership, him talking about ownership referring to him as a franchise quarterback, he wanted a 3 or 4 year deal. So he wasn't under the assumption that he's going to mentor a young kid, because everybody's talking about, Bucs fans are talking about it. If Baker Mayfield doesn't have a great year, let's say he has a good year, would the Bucs still draft somebody in this 2027 draft because it's special because of Baker's age?
And why? And my question would be, Drew, for you, and you know this, why would Baker's first comments at minicamp say, if I don't have a deal done when training camp starts, we're done talking?
Right.
Why would you put that? I mean, again, that's just bad negotiating, because these deals don't get done just because the quarterback says, I want the deal done by training camp starting. I don't get that.
Yeah, absolutely, because you just know if Baker comes out and sets the world on fire the first 6 weeks of the season, he's going to get that deal. It's going to happen. Yeah. Why would you cut off your head like that to save your face? I just don't understand the thinking there, and it kind of makes me question a little bit, just the overall maturity still, even at this point in his career.
No,
So
but
that's what really concerns me, guys.
yeah, that's what concerns me. More concerns me, and we're on with Drew Felios here on the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Powers on Sports Podcast, Spectrum Sports 360's Jason Powers here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television on a Wednesday night. Vita Vea, he's an anchor of your defensive line. He's unhappy. I mean, how do you think this situation goes on? Because his agent was talking to the Tampa Bay Times, Rick Stroud, and he says that there's been no progress toward an agreement. Vea is in the final year of his current contract. Roberts said his client still desires to move to a team that might be more amenable at this point to give him a new one. I just don't see it ending in anything but a trade at this point. Listen, if you're remodeling this defense, you struggle with this defense, and Vea is the anchor of your team and one of the team leaders in that locker room, you're not trading Vita Vea. If you trade Vita Vea at this point, you don't get any better with doing that. So I think this is, a chicken thing, who flinches first, and I think it's Vea. What do you say, Drew?
Yeah, I think Vita Vea is a guy you got to have. I mean, this guy is an absolute force. I think he is the best at what he does in the league as far as being the real anchor of a defense. Altogether, I think they're relatively pleased with his ability to stay healthy. He has been banged up often, I will say, obviously playing a position like that, but I think he's a guy you got to have. I'd be really surprised if they let this guy go. I think he is good for at least one more contract. And but it does overall concern your average Buck fan that it just seems like all of a sudden with all these moves, our franchise is a mess in its current state. Like, you've had the Mike Evans thing, you had the Vita Vea thing, now Baker's on it. We just need something good to happen front office wise. We need one of these guys to get to just find their peace and move on here as we approach the season. Because if all this stuff is going on and the season starts, I don't see this thing boding well.
Yeah, I don't see it going well either. And listen, I was the eternal optimist. I think this offense could be better than it was last year. Of course, with the new offensive coordinator, with being able to stay healthy with emerging talent, even though the departure of Mike Evans. But I think he's seen his best days. I think he's on the downside of his career. He's already shown that he can't stay healthy in training camp. Emeka Ibuka, Jalen McMillan at this point, guys like that. Chris Godwin Jr. coming off 2 years of injury. I just think they got enough weapons. You've got to, again, be able to stay healthy and alleviate those distractions. And unfortunately, those distractions are apparent at this point. So my biggest concern is not only that, but also, the cornerback situation. We were just talking, Jason was talking about it, how the Bucs invested. You get rid of Jamel Dean from Pittsburgh. I think you should have. He's wildly inconsistent. Couldn't catch passes, consistently get turnovers. And then on top of it, couldn't stay on the field. And the reason why you draft Benjamin Morrison in the first place in the second round is, first and foremost, he's a top 15 selection if he can stay healthy, but he's not able to stay healthy in the last 2 years. In this training camp, he already has a hamstring situation. So I'm concerned about the back end. I know it's all predicated on the pass rush, but if you're depending on these young guys, especially a Paris, a Morrison, and a McCollum, these guys got to be healthy, especially a Morrison.
I'll add one final thing. And does it concern you guys, or at least kind of paint the picture in that the Bucs, it's just not the Bucs' way to give a quarterback the farm and say, let alone a guy like Baker, who, don't get me wrong, can be a great player, but undersized in big moments in our uniform. There's been times in that Washington playoff game, onto the ball late.
Last year against Miami and Carolina.
There's things that are going on where the Glazers, obviously are thinking, okay, and we're going to give this guy the farm because Jacksonville paid this guy or because this other team paid their guy. Like, that's where I think the Bucs are thinking to themselves, we won a Super Bowl with Brad Johnson. We got to a divisional playoff with Sean King, and we're going to give Baker Mayfield over $50 million. I just think that's part of the thinking there.
And my problem is a lot of Bucs fans, and you make a good point, again, that's where your bread and butter is, your veteran quarterback. You have a quarterback here who wants to be here. He's been highly productive, 95 touchdowns, 37 interceptions. You compare these numbers the last 3 years, his output is better than Josh Allen. A lot of people say, well, he doesn't have the weapons that Josh Allen has. Josh Allen has more weapons, had a number one rushing attack. That definitely hurt that offense last year and hurt Baker Mayfield, not only that with all the injury situation, new offensive coordinator. But you're exactly right. And, my fear is that, Baker does have a good year and it is a bad year at this point. And then you reset with all this level of talent on both sides of the ball and you go with the rookie quarterback. And I'm just not sure if this organization is good enough to develop a rookie quarterback. They've never been able to do it.
He has a good year, Peter Blake. They're going to pay him big time.
I hope so.
The question is, is Baker Mayfield willing to roll the dice? Would you rather not? I mean, you got $100 million check sitting right in front of you, Peter Blake, Drew Felios. Are you wanting to roll the dice for an extra $10 or $15 million in the totality of your life and your career and your happiness of being in Tampa for the next? You'll be a hero in Tampa for the rest of your adult life if you play really well the next 2 or 3 years in Tampa.
You know me, I would take the $100 million. Drew, what about you? You taking the $100 million?
Without question, all day long.
Yeah,
no question.
Yeah. Drew, what are you doing now, my friend? You're doing everything. You're doing ESPN. You were doing some other things. We actually.
He's the king of pickleball, man. He's the pickleball god.
He was
on the mic.
He was doing karate combat there for a while. He gave me an opportunity. That was fun. I mean, what are you doing now, Drew?
So I'm getting ready to just laugh and joke here where the career is going. I'm getting ready to call dodgeball on Friday, as well as the infamous slippery stairs at the ESPN Ocho games.
Love it.
On Friday in Orlando. So just having fun, man. It's been a fun summer. I've had a chance to work a lot on the pro pickleball scene, so that's been great. I got some college football coming up this fall, so that'll be cool. And working for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. We had a huge win the other night.
Drew, you missed the best game in Rowdy's history the other night.
What's that?
I said you were the game was on ESPN2. You weren't on the call for the greatest comeback in Rowdy's history the other night.
I wish I was on the call. Yeah, that was actually another crew that broadcasted. But Peter Blake, we got to get you out to a Rowdy's game. I know. Listen, I was not a soccer guy until I started doing it, say about 2012, 2013. But the Rowdies, I'll tell you what, they put on a great show. It's a great night, cheap beer, great food, great atmosphere there in downtown St. Pete. Peter Blake, you're welcome anytime. I'll get you free tickets. Bring the whole group. I will hook you up.
I love it. I'm down for it. Again,
Peter. Yes. Get the hotties in the Tesla. Get her on I-275, rolling down to Al Lang, St. Pete. A little breeze in the air, a little sunny night. Drew Felios on the call. Finish the deal, brother, like the Nature Boy would.
I love it. I absolutely love it. You said Nature Boy. Woo! There you go. I got
the Tesla, baby.
I gotta do it. Well, Jason, you haven't rode in the Tesla yet, so we got to keep you out of the clubs, my friend.
I'll get my hottie in the back seat. I'll put her in the back seat with me.
All right. Sounds like a plan. I'll definitely do that, Drew, sometime. Absolutely, get to that. That would be definitely great because I've never been to a Rowdies game before, let alone a soccer game before. And Peter, these guys, they got me.
You're missing out.
I know. Everybody's telling me. I know I'm missing out, but. Yeah, I'm working 4 jobs, looking at another job here. So I'm looking at 5 jobs working. So I definitely need some time out. So, Drew, I'm going to definitely take you up on your offer, my friend.
Peter, it is there anytime. Come with Jason and bring some other folks as well. Again, the night's on me, and afterwards we'll go out and check out some old St. Pete establishments and make it a great night. You need a break, my friend. You have been busting it and burning it on both ends. So would love to do that.
Hey, man, sounds good. I'm definitely down with that. I think we can maybe bring TJ Reeves, bring some guys, Harry the Greek, Ray. Jason mentioned it, maybe some significant others, maybe not. Maybe we just make a boys' night out, but I'm definitely down for it, my friend. Definitely.
Let's make it happen. Thanks for having me on, buddy.
All right, Drew. Appreciate you. Don't be
Drew.
On the evolution of sports talk television, my friend. All right.
Thanks so much.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
The great Drew Felios right there. Here, you never know who's going to call in and tune in. I want to read these comments, but I'm going to go out to TikTok here because we got GF Joe here, a longtime friend. He says hello. He says, Aileen, I know what he's talking about. Stamkos coming back. I don't think so. Love the new theme song. Thank you very much, GF Joe, right there. He says, is Baker coming back? I'm trying to get him on the show. He says, first game, August 22nd, 2026, 7:30, Kansas City, Chiefs only started watching soccer because of Trump at FIFA. Thank you, GF Joe, right there. And he says, Aileen Hagentag, I think that's how I pronounce her name, from Channel 8. That's who he's reaching out.
Eileen Natchik.
What am I? What
are you Haagen-Dazs? What do you call her? Haagen-Dazs?
Haagen-Dazs, yes. Yes, Aileen says, get on Peter's show. Tom Brady, see you on the show. So GF Joe trying to do some business there. Pronounce her name again, because
Eileen Natchik.
Natchik. There we go.
I actually did what if I told you back in the day, I actually did a broadcast with her. This is probably 7 or 8 years ago at Bishop McLaughlin. We were doing some volleyball, and I did a broadcast with her. She was part of the broadcast before her Channel 8 days, and she went on to work in in New Orleans, I think, before she came back to Tampa.
Yes, New Orleans. Yes, the Saints. We won't mention that, though. I think she's good luck for us, and we're going to turn this thing around. So the Vea situation is agents saying there's going to be a trade. The Bucs not going to make a trade at this point. I mean, Bucs are going to win.
Say let's try to. I think in the end, the Bucs will probably say, "Hey Vita, we're going to give you another $5 million this year to get them up to 22 or 23, and then we're going to let you test the waters next year, potentially." And here's what you can do: if you get a deal done with Baker, you can let Vita Vea play it out. If he has a good year, you franchise him.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. I just don't know. Again, they drafted.
I'm not giving Vita Vea a 4-year contract or even a 3-year extension.
You're not getting
1, maybe 2-year extension.
I agree. You're not going to get 38, 36 million, Simmons money.
No.
You're not getting any of that money. You may get a bump.
27, 28.
27, yeah, exactly. All right. So let's go out to our commenters here. From the Peanut Gallery, again, open phone lines if you want to call in and talk with Jason Powers. I guess Leo is running a little bit late right now, so we'll see if we can get him on here. But 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391. What's good, fellas? What's good, Web Nation? Baker, laugh out loud. Jim right there.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell's the matter with you?
He says, go Buccaneers, go Buccaneers.
Wait up, little boy! Wait up!
Go Buccaneers, go Buccaneers, go Buccaneers. And like I said, I got a surprise. I got a surprise job coming here in the next couple of weeks. I can't say.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the front quarterback pressure will help the DBs. Absolutely. Chris Cole, it's not Bowles' fault that Vildor couldn't play a simple cover 2. Very true. Hassan, pathetic, Reddick.
But it is his fault that Vildor's in the game.
Well, yeah. I mean,
to some degree.
Well, the other guys were injured, right, at the time, because he had.
I can't remember the whole situation. Yeah, but
he's our quarterback. Absolutely perform. No excuse this year. Child of Israel, no, he's your quarterback, not mine. Listen, Child of Israel, if you're a Bucs fan, he's your quarterback. All right, stop with the nonsense. He's your quarterback. Distraction is just another excuse. No, it's not. It's a thing here that we're talking about on this show. In hindsight, I wish we would have just went with Trask. So we could have went all in for Drake May. But again, people look at this situation. Drake May didn't play well in the postseason. I know he had a good season. It took him 2 seasons. Okay. That usually doesn't happen to teams around the National Football League. Teams are not turning around in 1 or 2 years. It takes 3 to 5 years to rebuild, especially with a rookie quarterback, because you have to go through those bumps. You have to go through all those, learning situations. That's why it's good to have a veteran quarterback. I mean, what do you think of this Drake May comment here? Go with Kyle Trask, and then you get Drake May.
Say what you want. Drake May had a hell of a year last year.
Yeah,
with little to no weapons. He had nowhere near the weapons the Buccaneers had. I mean, Stephon Diggs is okay, and then you're talking about Keyshawn Boutte. You're talking about Hunter Henry. Not a lot of weapons there, to be honest with you. So, and I know their schedule was soft and all that. I get all that, but give him credit. A lot of people did not think he was going to be very good, and he really is. And now we're going to see AJ Brown's now in New England, so you're going to get some firepower and some offense.
Yeah.
Now we'll see. We'll talk about distraction. We'll see about the whole Mike Vrabel situation. Does that pop its ugly head? Because we've not heard from Diana Rossini yet.
No.
And eventually we're going to hear from Diana Rossini.
Yeah.
You heard Aaron Rodgers kind of crush her on McAfee this week. If you didn't hear that,
He crushed
Aaron Rodgers was pretty, he was hammering on that situation. We're going to hear from Diana Rossini one of these days.
Absolutely. Because she has the insight on a new Minnesota coach. She told the cop that when she got stopped. I love that. And we don't pay Vea. We need to get rid of Jason Light. Well,
you can't pay everybody, guys. I know we all want to pay everybody. There is a salary cap.
No more excuses, no more distractions. It's just another excuse. Bulls wanted him because Morrison's dad, and they played together in Washington. That's not the reason why they wanted him. The reason why they wanted him is because when he was able to stay on the field with Notre Dame,
he was tremendous at Notre Dame.
He was a shutdown corner. He was a top 15 pick.
Don't give up on Morrison quite yet, guys. I think he and Parrish, one of those two guys are going to hit. Now, both of them don't have to hit, but one of those two guys is going to hit as a really good corner. The guy I'm concerned about, that I've never been the biggest Zion McCollum fan, to just be quite honest. I know he's got athletic ability, but he is not great around the ball. He's not a great, he's not a great ball hawk when he has opportunities to make catches and interceptions. That's the guy that I hope we're not regretting giving him the extension at some point this year.
Well, that's the reason also you draft a Jacob Parrish and Benjamin Morrison, I think, to put pressure on him. And I think Parrish last year was the best corner on this team. And now there is a risk there because he played well in the slot, but it's kind of like the Tyke Smith situation, right? Excuse me. Tyke was playing in the slot. You want to see more of him, so you put him in a safety position. You move on from Jordan Whitehead. The same thing could be said here. It's the reason why you move on from Jamel Dean. You either want to go Parrish outside or Morrison outside. More than likely, it's going to be Parrish, and we'll see if Morrison, can get out of training camp healthy. Because if he can, he's got lots of potential. But again, potential is the most overly used word, and I feel like Morrison and Dean are kind of the same at this point. Long, got the ball skills, got all the potential, but they can't stay healthy. We all know it about this, Jason. Best ability or best
availability.
And
here's what I'll say, guys, and I know we don't want to hear this. I don't care if you got Darrelle Revis on both sides. If your front four and your front seven are not getting pressure on the quarterback, Darrelle Revis ain't covering these receivers in this league for 5 seconds. Like, especially when you can't put your hands on them very much. Very limited contact on with those kind of things. I know we want to skewer some of these corners for some of their lackluster play over the years, but it is a direct result of not having. And the other result is when your front four is not creating the pressure, you're then having to blitz too much, which then exposes your guys even more. When when you're playing too much man-to-man, you can't play man-to-man in that league all the time, or you're going to get skewered. I don't care who you got playing corner.
Well, I agree with you on that. Now, I want to go to this because I was talking about this the other night, the Todd Bowles hate, because I've said this jokingly that every fan, anytime somebody wants to leave or a holdout, players don't want to play here, yet they want to be extended. It's all the Todd Bowles' fault. This is what Gerald McCoy had to say. He said, all y'all Todd Bowles ain't the guy, and his defense hasn't worked. People need a reality check. Since taking over as a defensive coordinator in 2019, the defense has given up more points than we scored twice. In that span, we have made the playoffs 5 out of 7 years. Only 6 teams league-wide have done that. It ain't all on TB. Y'all just looking for somebody to blame. That was Gerald McCoy. Yeah. Your thoughts on this? Because, again, I think, everybody could blame Todd Bowles for, the misfortune of, blowing that lead against the Atlanta Falcons. People are blaming Todd Bowles for Mike Evans. People are blaming Todd Bowles for the Lightning's breakdown on their defense. People are blaming.
Here's what I'll say.
On the World Cup defense. I mean, you can blame Todd Bowles. Just blame Todd Bowles all the time. He's a coach. He's not a player. The players also, have to have some blame. The general manager has to have some blame. The offense has to take some blame. The special teams has to take some blame. I get it. He's the coach of the team, but it's not on Todd Bowles. And every time a player wants to leave or, get a contract extension or is not happy, it's not Todd Bowles as a coach. That's not how it works.
But I will say this. I do think Todd Bowles got a little too comfortable with the assistant coaches the last couple of years.
Huh?
He finally made the decision at the end of last year. I got to bring some new blood in here at these position coaches, defensive line, secondary. I mean, overhaul the defensive coaching staff, because I do think he had some older coaches that were part of the Bruce Arians and part of his I've been around with them forever kind of deal, where you got to have some new blood in some of those positional coaches that are hungry, that'll have some fire, that'll prod some of these younger players and some of these veterans that maybe weren't getting prodded before. So I like that he's made some changes on the defensive staff.
What do you say to people that say he should have been the biggest change because he ran the defense? Tell you what, let's hold off on that thought. Let's go out to this guy right here from OHIO.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell's the matter with you?
Jim, welcome to the Evolution here on a Happy Hump Day edition of the Sports Web.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, boss?
I heard y'all talking about Todd Bowles. Is that where y'all was at?
We were talking about Todd Bowles. Yes, your favorite subject, my friend.
Yeah, you know what I feel.
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, you know. So we always blame the coach, don't we?
Well, there's a lot of fans that do that. There's a lot of fans you heard last week. Vita Vea, he's having a contract situation. It's because of Todd Bowles. He doesn't want to play for Todd Bowles. It's actually the opposite. He does want to play for Todd Bowles. He just wants to play for him longer. Baker Mayfield wants to play for Todd Bowles in the Bucs. He just wants a longer contract. These players aren't unhappy with the coach or the team. They just want more money. Simple. That's it. It's not always on the coach. Mike Evans, he may have left the Bucs because he likes Kyle Shanahan better and thinks the 49ers are in a better position. Doesn't necessarily mean it's all because of Todd Bowles, and that's what it's so easy. It's so lazy by some of these fans to put that out there.
What do you think, Jason Powers?
What's going on, young man? Hope you're doing well, man.
Hey, how you doing?
So,
let's go. Give me a thought or two about your thoughts. Again, training camp underway. You know, we still got another month of I would say dead time.
I've been trying to watch training camp. I've been missing. I think I missed a couple days now, but also I think about the situation about our contract situation. I just think the organization's going to wait. I mean, what else are we going to do? I don't know why we keep talking about it.
I agree.
We keep talking about it because it becomes news when agents come out and say,
but what are agents designed to do? Get their client as much money as they can.
Oh, I get it.
I don't want to hear from the agent. Tell the agent to shut the hell up, which is I'm sure Jason Light has said in so many words.
All right, now, Jim and Jason, this is what Bowles had to say about the Vita Vea contract situation. He says, again, it's still early. We're only been in pads for 2 days. We're not concerned at this point. I think those things take care of themselves. Once you get past 2 or 3 preseason games, you start to worry just a little bit.
I agree.
And Bowles said that Vea has been very engaged despite his impasse with the organization, but a finish line remains somewhere over the horizon in Tampa. That's what the author says. So there you go.
I think they're going to keep them, but it's just these agents trying to still work out a good deal for their players. So
right.
By the way,
I think
Vita Vea, if I recall, Vita Vea was the highest paid defensive tackle when he signed the contract initially.
I think it was like the 6th largest contract for a defensive tackle at the time. Yes, the Bucs took care of him. It's just, again, it's called inflation. This is how it works.
Yeah, I think I think his agent is looking ahead and saying, "Hey, man, look at all this young talent coming in, going to get paid before
Sure.
Well, he's old, and the other part is his agent realizes Vea's getting old. He's over 30, and we know guys, defensive linemen don't age well.
His agent is seeing that, looking at some young boys coming in, so we gotta get paid. We gotta get, try to get, but see the Bucs.
And here's what I would say. 2 years from now, if there's a $25 million dead cap hit because Vita Vea is not able to play or not playing well, what are we going to be saying 2 years from now? What the hell was the Buccaneers doing giving him a 3 or 4 year contract extension?
Yeah,
that's a huge number.
Yeah.
For a guy 31 years old.
Right, exactly. All right,
Do
Jim.
you think they're going to come to an agreement, this year?
I think it's going to be a little. I think they're going to give him a little extra sugar on his contract for this year, and I think they're going to let him potentially go into the marketplace in the offseason.
Okay,
there you go.
Or a 1 year extension.
Mayfield.
maybe a 1-year extension.
What about Baker Mayfield? Do you think that situation works itself out?
I think before the season starts, they're gonna come to an agreement on a 3-year deal, 3-year extension.
I think so too. I think they want to quiet down. The Glazers want to take the distractions.
Well, no, Baker needs to keep it quiet.
Well, I think they both need to keep it quiet, but you're right. Baker does need to keep it quiet. But in order to quiet down, you have to come to some type of contract extension. And I think that's
going to be the week before the season starts, guys. I'm telling you right now, a lot of if you follow the NFL, a lot of extensions happen the week of week 1.
Yeah. And again, this is how the Bucs do business in the first place. They did it with Luke Gedeke. They've done it with Zion Cullum. They've done it later on. Even, Tristan Wirfs. You talk about Tristan Wirfs. Like, they take care of the players, just not when they want to.
Antoine Winfield.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. All right, Jim, appreciate the call. As always, use the second one if you want, all right?
Yeah, I just think they moving money around about that. Yeah, I'll call you guys back later on my second.
All right, Jim. Good talking to you, bud.
Sounds good. Open phone line, 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. All right, you were talking about rookies that I think are going to make an impact. Of course, Ruben Bain Jr., he looks good. It looked like he was lights out. Our buddy there, Mr. J.P. Peterson, collaboration with the Sports Web. He was out there at night practice last night.
But I want to see him against somebody other than a guy in a pewter uniform.
Agree.
Let's see him against other quality offensive linemen. That's what I want to see.
And then Josiah Trotter. That's a guy that's been impressive. Yep. He's flashed. He got into some fights there, got into a little skirmish. I think he's at the athleticism. The whole thing is with Bucs fans, they thought, maybe he's not necessarily great in coverage. He may not be, remains to be seen. But everybody you talk to, I talked to Hardy Nickerson, which I'm disappointed to get in the Ring of Honor this year, but that's neither here nor there. I don't know what the Bucs are thinking. But he said he didn't feel like he would have a problem. Of course, his father played.
Trotter's going to be because he's got pedigree. I mean, I think he's going to be a very solid contributor. Whether he starts or not from day one, that's not, I don't know if I want a guy starting at middle linebacker from day one unless he really, really earns it. But we'll see. The guy that I'm really intrigued about, Peter Blake, didn't play last year because he got hurt.
David Walker.
I'm really intrigued with this David Walker guy. Again, we've not seen him do it against anybody of note, but there's been just he's just one of these. He sounds like he's just a football player, Yep.
Elvis Dumerville. That's what they compare him to. Possibly Dwight Freeney, undersized, nothing flashy, but he's showing it. And then Todd Bowles said, he's versatile. He can play outside. He can play inside. He's got his speed back. He tore his ACL. Yeah. It was encouraging. We heard nothing but Walker last year from Jason Light and the crew there. They were excited about him until he got hurt, and now we're hearing the same thing. So it's good. And I feel like, going back to what BA said just a couple of weeks ago, this could be the most talented front seven they've had since 2020. And that's saying a lot. That's saying something because they haven't had, those weapons. And they haven't had, those weapons.
The guy who could really make this go on the front four, again, a guy who's shown when he's played consistently, he has been very effective, Kalijah Kancey.
The biggest key to the line. We haven't heard a lot about him in training camp, although he possibly had a sack last night. A lot of people looking for it. Do we make too much of a big deal with training camp and these mini camps and stuff like that? People say, well, we didn't hear from Kalijah Kancey. That's a bad sign. I'm like, wait till the season starts. Let's see if he can stay healthy.
When he's been healthy for stretches, he's been pretty good.
Right. I mean, I heard the same thing about Yaya Diaby. He was killing it in training camp, and then all of a sudden he gets hurt before the season, not as great as he was in training camp. And, of course, it's training camp. I think we make too much of a big deal about it. It's nice to see. It's nice to talk about, but sometimes you got to temper your expectations. It's good to see the young guys showing out, but Kalijah Kancey, to me, the biggest key to this defense line, you stay healthy. Yeah. And maybe that's the reason why you move on from, Vita Vea. Alex wants to call back here. We'll give him a second call, and then we'll get you out of here. Alex, welcome to the Evolution. What do you want to talk about tonight?
Yeah. Hey, listen, I want to add one more thing about Baker real quick, and then I want to share something else with y'all.
Okay.
About Baker.
Yeah.
I just want Baker to sit back for just 5 minutes of his day and not forget what organization gave him the opportunity that no other organization did.
Yep. True.
Right? Because at the end of the day, He got hopped around the league. No one wanted him. He got the opportunity of a lifetime to come behind the GOAT, the GOAT of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Got one of the best offensive lines at the time, one of the best wide receiver rooms at the time.
Yep.
I mean, Baker needs to sit back and realize, and I agree with some of his comments that he made on that little thing that he press conference he did.
Right.
But I agree that sometimes there's things that you don't make out in the public. And when it comes to Baker, all I'm going to say about it is I just hope Baker remembers what franchise gave him the opportunity that no other franchise gave him.
Well, listen, you saw the picture the other day of him shaking hands with Jason Light. So I don't know if there's that much animosity. I don't know what Baker's plan was. Maybe it was just to fire the Glazers up and get them, hey, we need to get something done here. This is how you do it. I mean, I don't know. That's the way you do that. It's how you talk to your boss.
Here's the other thing too. We don't know, are the Glazers telling Jason Light, here's the number.
Right.
We're not going above this number.
Right.
Jason Light might be wanting to go above the number.
I think Jason Light does want to go above the number. I think this is a Glazers decision.
Might be.
And the reason why I think that is because they were talking to Pewter Report at the owners' meetings, and they said they'd be more than happy to do that, to give him, $50 million or more, or pay a quarterback at the end of the day. But I just think this is a decision by them, and I think it's what goes back to Drew saying, they're looking at him, his injury, his maturity.
And here's what I'll say too.
Right.
Just because, and we've seen this with Tua, with some other guys around the league.
Sure.
Just because another organization makes a bad decision and overpays the quarterback,
right,
that doesn't mean you have to do it as the Buccaneers.
Well, they never
just because Tua made $55 million or Trevor Lawrence is making $55 million, that doesn't mean that Baker automatically gets to be above him. Because we've seen in the rankings we talked about with Mike Sando, most of the league has him at 13 to 15.
Right. Which is, it's not bad. I think it would have been higher if he had a better second half, because you go off of 2024, you go off the first half. But like I said, nightmare scenario. And I wish he kind of would have not played, because he ruined his value, because we wouldn't even be happy.
He didn't ruin his value. He just,
I think he ruined his value with playing through those injuries, because he wasn't the same quarterback. Okay. Whether it was the decision making or not, I think it's a lot of the injury, especially the bicep and what's the core injury? The not abdominal. What's it called?
Abductor, whatever.
Yes. Yeah. All right.
Oblique.
Oblique. Yes.
Hey, I want to add one more thing before I get out of here.
Yes.
Every time I call in on Wednesday nights, I got to talk about it real quick. But, hey, how about the Rays real quick? They went into Colorado, swept them. They got a couple big moves at the deadline, which ultimately all three moves had a big contribution as to why we won, besides one of them. But,
the main one.
Being the best team in the American League.
Yeah.
The Yankees just lost again today. They just finished up their game. They lost again. But, man, how about the Rays? Still the best team in the American League, just a little under 50 games left, and I'm excited about Rays baseball.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna give you a couple stats, because we talked about this on Spectrum the other night.
Give it to me.
Hey, thank you, guys.
Thanks.
All right, buddy.
Yeah.
Last 9 playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Rays record? Last 9.
I think it's 1-8.
1-8.
1-8. Yeah.
How many offensive runs have the Rays scored in their last 4 playoff losses, which have been 2 sweeps?
4
games.
Like 2 or 3.
2 total.
2.
2 runs in 4 games.
Yes.
Against Texas and Cleveland.
Awful.
So
did they do enough?
I know Rays fans think that we've made good moves here. I'm just very worried again that come October 1, we're going to say they really didn't go for it. They made a couple of bit moves here, and I get it. Peralta, we all think Peralta from last year. It ain't Peralta from last year. It's Peralta this year, whose ERA is over 5. We all think this catcher who hit a grand slam the other day, he's the next Johnny Bench.
I like him. 15 home runs.
Slow your roll. Let's see what he can do when it's money time, when he's playing for pressurized games. Again, can we really say that the Rays truly are going for it? I'm just throwing that out there. Truly going for it.
It's a lot better than what they've done to the previous years.
Is it?
Oh, absolutely.
We'll see it. We'll see.
I think so. I definitely think so. Again, maybe they're waiting on Gavin Lux. Maybe they're waiting on, Melton.
Gavin Lux. What?
Well, the guy that they got from California. He hasn't played.
What?
Yeah, right. I think that's what they're waiting for. He hasn't played yet, but that's what they're. Do
you really believe in this Rays offense against elite pitching in the playoffs? Other than Cam, because these other teams are not going to let Caminero beat them.
Well, then you have to have other guys like Aranda.
That's my point. Do we have enough boppers in the lineup?
I don't think you need boppers. What you need, guys, is to move the runner, and you need to get the guys in. But you're exactly right. You need some power. But I think the way
I'm not saying home runs. I'm just saying clutch hitting.
Way this team is constructed, I definitely think they're different from years past. Maybe I'm wrong, but again, that's why you make all those moves for pitching in the first place. That's why the Dodgers are trying to destroy baseball right now, more than likely putting us into a lockout. By the way, Andrew Friedman, he goes from the outhouse to the penthouse, and he just goes crazy. You got to be happy for that guy. They're trying to win 3 World Series in a row there. What did you think of that move? And are we looking at a lockout here coming in 2027?
You can book that. That's one. If you had odds in Vegas, you'd be running with Peter Blake money in the test. You'd be selling the Tesla. To put that wager down. Oh yeah, there will 1,000% be a lockout.
Well, I think there's going to be a lockout. There should be a salary cap. It's overdue at this point. Every professional sports has a lockout besides baseball. I get it. The Dodgers want to take advantage of it. I'm envious of it, but I do think it's unfair. It's an unfair advantage to teams like the Tampa Bay Rays. Although, once again, I love what this ownership did. And the last 6 to 8 months, they've done more than the previous ownership, and I'm excited about this whole situation. Final thoughts here. Jason Powers on Sports Podcast. I'm not going to keep you all night. We're supposed to do 30 minutes. And Leo, I don't know if Leo fell asleep, forgot, or whatever, but the comeback of Leo Haggerty didn't happen. Everybody's like, oh, you're a liar.
Man, thought we had the reunion tonight. I thought we had
I thought so too.
The Friends reunion with Chandler and Joey and Monica and Rachel. I thought we had the Netflix special was about to get underway, man.
There's no crying in baseball. Yes, you're absolutely right about that. Tom Hanks from A League of Their Own. Tell you what, let's call Leo up. Let's call him up.
Okay.
Hold on, let's call him up here. Let's see if we can get old Leo Haggerty on the line here. Here we go. Have fun here. We'll leave him a message.
Leo might be running the streets with the ladies tonight, for all we know.
He might be. Let's leave a message here.
I saw Leo at Media Days.
Yes, he was there, USF and also SEC, right?
SEC, that's where I saw him, SEC.
How did that turn out for you?
It's all right.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Let's see
the person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, Leo, this is the host of the Sports Web, Peter Blake. You were supposed to come on tonight with yours truly along with Jason Powers. Powers, say something to Leo.
Leo, where you at, buddy? Come on. Peter's making me work overtime tonight.
Yes, there's supposed to be a 30-minute segment turned into an hour and a half. This poor guy, I'm making him go a little bit longer here. Come on, Leo Haggerty. All right, give us a call back. We're live here. Just saying. All right, there you go. I love that. All right. So final thoughts here, Jason Powers on Sports Podcast.
No, just again, everybody settle down. You're not going to see a deal for Baker until, again, if there's a deal, it's going to be the week before the season. I'm just telling you. So let's stop fretting about every single day about this. Same with Vita Vea. They're probably going to, 2 weeks before the regular season is when Vea will start getting amped up because Vea knows he's not going to play and going to forego $17 million at worst. If something happens with a trade or an extension, it's going to happen in the last couple weeks before camp's over or before the season starts. So you're going to see Vea probably sit out another week or so, and then you're going to see him start to realize, hey, I need to start getting ramped up and ready for week 1. So that's how it's going to go. Would it shock me if they traded him? Probably would surprise me, but again, let's be more focused on the guys that are there, the guys that we need to see. Bain, David Walker, Trotter. Let's see the cornerback situation work itself out. Let's see. I want to see some of these starters play in the preseason too. I don't want this to be the guys don't play a lick until week 1. I want to see the offense get out there for a couple series, either the first or second game here for me.
I can't play Tristan Morris. He's dealing with a hamstring injury.
Yeah. If guys are hurt, you're not going to play them. But the guys that are not hurt, here's another guy. I want to see what Cody Mauch looks like coming off the injury. He's in a contract year too. Again, he needs to have a Pro Bowl year, I think, for them to keep him. That'll be probably a guy because, again, as much as we want to pay everybody, you can't pay everybody.
Right. Well, Jason Light even said that, although I still think the salary cap is like the national deficit. We always talk about how much money there is or there isn't, and somehow, some way, people come up with money. Your money, my friend. Go ahead and promote yourself here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television on a Happy Hump Day edition, my friend.
Appreciate it. But just, again, Spectrum Sports, I was on last night. I'm going to be on Friday night again. We're talking a little Jaguar action. We talked a little Bucs this week. We talked Ray's trade deadline. So lots of stuff to talk about. Powers on Sports podcast. Check it out. Subscribe and to the audio. I'm also doing a golf podcast called the Daily Drive Golf Podcast. We've had some great viewership on that. So check that out if you're a golf fan. We're talking Liv, who just filed for bankruptcy, who's considering filing for bankruptcy with all the problems that they're going through. And then if you like sports radio in the mornings, check out PressBoxRadio.com. You can listen live or on demand. We're on about 20 stations around the Southeast. We talk a lot of SEC, a lot of NFL. So if you like sports talk radio in the morning, 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Fridays, PressBoxRadio.com is the place. So, Peter Blake.
Yes.
You owe me a couple chicken wings for keeping me overtime tonight.
Sounds good, man. Chicken wings. So we'll have a celebration whenever I announce the new venture. All right.
All right, buddy.
We got to do that Rowdy's thing. We're going to keep you out of the strip club.
You need this. By the way, there's a lot of good looking ladies out there too. By the way, it's some pretty good scenery.
I'm still looking for my franchise quarterback. So there you go.
You got the Tesla. You got the fade going. You got the beard trim.
That's right. You don't have to go far. It's Up the Block Barbershop, 4946 Moog Road in Holiday, Florida.
I wish those guys were in Tampa, man. I'd go visit.
I'll take you down there, man. Take you down there, get you a haircut, make you look good.
It's a long drive for me to Holiday, man.
Oh, it's worth it. Tesla, 20-25 minutes, man. We played the system and we roll. We roll down there.
I need to get the guys to hook me up, man.
I'll hook you up. I'll get you hooked up. I get Ricky the Barber or another great barber there at Up the Block Barbershop.
You got it, buddy.
I got you, man. Let me know.
See you next week.
Stay on the strip club.
If you only knew, Peter, what I can't tell you I've been to a strip club, Peter.
Oh, man. Well, we need to get out and do something, man, because Drew's right. I've been burning at both ends, so I'm ready to do something. Have some chicken wings or something.
Me as well. All right, buddy. Be good.
All right, man. See ya. Get out of here. There he is. Jason Powers on Sports Podcast. We'll go ahead and reset here. Go out to our sponsors. I want to get all the love. It's all about Up the Block Barbershop. They're worth the drive. 4946 Moog Road in Holiday, Florida. It's Up the Block Barbershop. Up the Block Barbershop. You don't have to go far. It's Up the Block Barbershop, 4946 Moog Road in Holiday, Florida. Whether it's a haircut, a beard trim, a fade, they got you covered. Go see my favorite barber, Ricky, and all the great barbers there at Up the Block Barbershop. Tell them the Rolex reporter, Peter Blake, sent you again. It's Up the Block Barbershop, 4946 Moog Road. Let's go out to the phone lines. Broadway, you're on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television live here at Raymond James Stadium after your Bucs fall to 6-3. Go. All right, and we will be live from Sam's Pizza and Deli there on Gandy. This is their commercial on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television.
Tired of the same old boring pizza? What if I told you there's a place that's completely changing the game? Welcome to Sam's Pizza and Deli Cafe, where we do things differently. It all starts with our dough made fresh from scratch every single day. No frozen stuff here. And our wings? Forget that heavy breading. We bake them to crispy perfection and toss them in our incredible house-made sauces for pure, unadulterated flavor. But let's talk pizza! Ever tried a pizza like it's a mind-blowing mix of pepperoni, pesto, and a kick of sriracha honey? Or how about a Philly cheesesteak pizza that's loaded with all the good stuff? Every single ingredient is chosen for maximum flavor, making each bite an explosion of pure happiness. So, if you're looking for fresh, crispy, and truly unique flavors, you know where to go. Sam's Pizza and Deli Cafe. Taste the difference today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more delicious content.
All right. So we got that out of the way. If that wasn't enough, because it's never enough here, of course, we will be live from the Tampa Bay Sports Collectors Expo, September 19th, interviewing Ian Beckles, James Wilder Jr., Kenny Shaw, Sean Kemp, Clinton Portis, and Tez Johnson. And other names are supposed to be announced. So we definitely got you covered here on the evolution of sports talk television. Listen, I love pizza, right? I love to be, a little bit unhealthy sometimes. But, at my age, I got to be healthy. I need a healthy alternative as I get back to my one shot here. And I'm a brand ambassador of this right here. It's Deutsch snacking dough. Okay, and let me show you this really quick. And there's two things. You can eat this out because we eat it out right out of the canister. It's that good. Look at that right there. Again, it's WTF fudge brownie, or you can put this in the oven and make it like cookies. It's not cookies. Doesn't have all those sugar and preservatives. It's healthy for you. A guy like me that's 47 years old, you got to have those healthy alternatives in your life. As much as I love cookies and cakes and stuff like that, here it is right here. It's Deutsch snacking dough. Tell them the Rolex reporter Peter Blake sent you. And if that wasn't enough, you see me right here. I'm always drinking water. I've kind of stayed away from the sports drinks, although, I love my Gatorade. I love my Powerade here, especially red. But you got Circle Water, right? What's the great part about this? First and foremost, it gives your water some flavor, right? And the great thing is it has different flavors. Like you just take this right here, you unscrew this, it's got the thing, and you can adjust it. You can adjust it from 1 to 10. I usually keep it on 4 to 5. It's Honey Crisp Apple. It's unbelievable. It tastes good. Again, another healthy alternative. Let me go ahead. Again, Circle Water right there. Tell them the Rolex reporter Peter Blake sent you. So there you go. There's your advertisements at the end of the day. Check all those out, especially if you want those healthy alternatives. They're good for you. Who knows? Maybe it puts maybe it puts a little bit more energy, a little pep in your step here. We always say 3 things: bring your passion, bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. You can't have those sugary sodas, those sugary sports drinks. You have Circle Water, and then again, Deutsch snacking dough. Plenty of flavors. I like the WTF fudge brownie because it is WTF good. And you know what? I want to get some right now. Maybe I'm eating on air. It's going to be a little bit messy, but I don't care. I need a little bit of a snack here, so I'm going to go ahead and do this on air to tell you. Look at this. Look at this. It's like a brownie, man. It just like that right there. That should not be healthy, and yet it is. Right there. As I'm chewing on there. I don't want to be a pig, but hold on. There you go. All right. So my fingers, my thumb is all chocolatey at this point, but WTF fudge, again, tell them the Rolex reporter Peter Blake sent you. All right. Let's go ahead and go out to some of these comments. I don't want to neglect you. Again, open phone lines. What do you think about the Vita Vea situation? His agent saying, look for a trade at this point. Bowles says he's not worried about it because Vea's engaged. What do you say? How concerned are you? Again, his agent says, I just don't see it ending in anything but a trade at this point. 727-255-0391 and 727-255-0391. So King Cook 1485. Me personally, I'm looking to see what Baker will do on the back half of the season. No more mid-season slumps. Huh? King Cook 1485. I'm excited for the Walker Bain Jr. combo that could potentially end up being our starters. Yes, because if David Walker shows out and Yaya doesn't show out, and listen, that could be a contract extension that you may want to get done. Jason Knight's talked about, but maybe you make Yaya expendable. At this point, you need everybody. You need everybody in the fold with all the injuries you've had. You need as many pass rushers as possible. Rotation, especially when it comes to this defensive line. Let's go out to King Cook, 1485. I'm not hearing anything from Yaya or Kancey in camp so far. Just saying, King Cook, I went back and watched the divisional playoff game against Washington, and Jalen Daniels, a rookie, definitely outplayed Baker. Baker should have put 21 easy in the first half. Excuse me. Chris Cole says, how about being a Falcons fan right now? Because they have a major injury in Jalen Walker. He's out with an injury. The Panthers have had multiple injuries, not only to their rookie, but to one of their pass rushers. That's hurt the team right now. I believe New Orleans had a big injury. Knock on wood. Hopefully the Bucs don't have any big injuries, although Tez Johnson strains his groin. We'll keep you up to date on that situation because, again, you never want one of those leg injuries, especially to an explosive player like that who, listen, he's paid to stretch the defense, right? So a groin injury, you don't want that to be a lingering thing. Hopefully it's not a serious situation. King Cook, 1485. Vita doesn't want to go through training camp. He's an OG now. King Cook, again, who's going into the Ring of Honor this year? No one is going into the Ring of Honor, according to Buccaneers.com. If Walker shows up like we want him to, then we can let Yaya walk. That's what I was talking about. Maybe Yaya becomes expendable at this point, although talking to his former pass rushing coach, he believes he's only a couple moves away. Remember, 7 sacks? You get 3 more, you're a double-digit sacker. That's where the money's at. Facts, training camp is more for the younger players. Jim right there.
Damn it, Jim, what the hell is the matter with you?
I could not hear Jason Powers on the live call. Yeah, we got to get his tech issue going. I got to set him up maybe with the mic, maybe with a mixer, get him all settled up like we got here on the Evolution. Let's go, says Space Windu. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
I love listening to YouTube guys together. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. King Cook, what? No one's going into the Ring of Honor. The Glazers really on one this year. Damn. I didn't understand it either because I think you definitely have some candidates, right? Gene Deckerhoff, you could put him in.
Fire the cannon!
He's getting up there in age. He definitely belongs in the Ring of Honor. You could say that. Hardy Nickerson, we talked to him. We thought he could get in. I mean, how about James Wilder? Every Bucs fans is talking about him. Why is he not in? Is it the off-the-field situation? I don't know. Gerald McCoy, you could be talking about him in a couple of years. He could be in the Ring of Honor. I don't think this year. So there were some candidates out there that you could put in. All right. Let's go out to Instagram Live. My beautiful mother watching. By the way, hopefully I'm showing up. Instagram Live, they do some weird stuff with my picture. If you watch it on your computer, it cuts my head off. And some people like that. I guess that's where StreamYard comes in. But if you watch on your cell phone, it seems like a good picture. She says, I'm watching the best sports talk show in the Tampa Bay area, the Sports Web. Let's go, Bucs.
Oh, yeah.
And she says, let's go, Bucs. Let's go, Bucs.
Wait up, little boy. Wait up. We got the dub, baby.
Hopefully you get lots of dubs. If you don't get lots of dubs this year,
how about them Bucs, baby?
Bucs fans will be looking to fire you next year. Open phone line, 727-255-0391. It's 727-255-0391 on TikTok. No activity on there right now. What? Hardy Nickerson is not in the Ring of Honor. That's a travesty. I agree. It is a travesty. Do we have that interview with Hardy Nickerson? Let's play that interview with Hardy Nickerson. Give my throat just a little bit of a break at this point. I don't know if you guys saw the Hardy Nickerson interview. 7 minutes of me and Hardy Nickerson talking about old Buccaneer times. Why not? On the evolution of sports talk television. So here we go. Nickerson, Mr. Hardware Man himself.
Right. We got the one and only Hardy Nickerson.
I know who that guy is right there. Trying to get you on the evolution. I hope you feel special here because we've been going for about 4 hours and 48 minutes. So we are nearly at 5 hours. We love, listen, first and foremost, when you put those cans on, get close to that mic because you are definitely a legend. At this point, Mr. Hardy Nickerson, the hardware man here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. I'm Peter Blake. Nice to meet you. Listen, let's talk about it. The decision to come to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in '93. A lot of people wouldn't expect that at the time. Buccaneers, a losing team. What made you choose the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Let's start there. Welcome to the Evolution.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
So that's kind of like a long story.
Well, go tell it. We have plenty of time, my friend. I mean, we're here.
So Sam Weiss was a head coach. When he came over the year before, he brought one of our coaches that I had in Pittsburgh, George Stewart, who was special teams and did wide receivers.
Okay.
So when I became a free agent, initially I was thinking I wanted to stay on the West Coast. I wanted to be in California. I wanted to be close to my family. So we took a trip. My agent said, "Hey, we're going down to the Raiders." Went to the Raiders. Went to the Chargers. I had a couple more trips scheduled, and so we fly. He says, "Hey, let's go. Need to go to Tampa. You know, I think it'd be a good trip for you." So I go, "Okay." I didn't know much about Tampa other than they hadn't won in a bit.
Yeah.
So I get on the plane, fly in, get here. Warm welcome by Sam Weiss, one of my former coach, George Stewart. And, man, when I got here, I just was like, you know, Floyd Peters was the defensive coordinator. Maxie Bonds was linebackers coach.
Yeah.
Batman Woods was also coaching with the linebackers.
Huh? I forgot that. He was there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, you know, they put the rush on me. You know? And by the time I left, I was like, I could see myself playing here. It didn't matter. It didn't matter to me because I felt like whatever team I would go to at that point, I was gonna have a positive impact on the franchise. And so when that trip was over, I told my agent, "Hey, let's negotiate a deal with Tampa. I want to play in Tampa Bay."
Nice.
And that's what he did, and the rest is history.
You changed the culture, I believe. You definitely changed it because, again, this is a losing franchise. You come over as a top free agent from the Pittsburgh Steelers. You definitely set the tone in that locker room. I talked to Trent Cooper the other night. He told me a story about how much of an impact you had on John Lynch. I talked to your former teammate in Chidi Ahanotu. He thinks the world of you. We'll get back to that in a moment because we talked to Chidi for 58 minutes. But another guy, he was doing radio at the time. He's a sideline guy, Mr. TJ Reeves of the Buccaneer Radio Network. He recalled you going into his radio show, and you were styling and profiling with the three-piece suit. Talk about that. He said you came in. Yeah, you came in with a three-piece suit on. You did the full radio show, and TJ even asked you, he said, "Are you going to change?" You said, "No, you came from your press conference right to his radio show." Do you remember that?
Oh, man. Now that digs deep into the memory. You know, everybody forgets that I'm 60 years old now. So
I still think you can do it. I still think you can, my friend. I still think you got the memories.
But no, I don't quite remember that. But, you know, those were all some really good times, some fun times.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So talk about how much of an impact you were on that Tampa 2 defense, playing with a guy like Derek Brooks, playing with a guy like Warren Sapp. Talk about your former teammates, John Lynch or Chidi Ahanotu.
I think the best way I could describe the Tampa defense when I was here was, you know, we were so complimentary.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't run cover 2 without a Mike linebacker that could run down the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And that can make plays down the middle of the field. You can't play cover 2 if you don't have underneath coverage at the linebacker and nickel positions that can make plays. And it doesn't work if you don't have safeties that can cover ground, that have range, that can make plays. And then it didn't work if we didn't have the 4 guys up front that would put pressure on the passer. Warren Sapp, Chidi Ahanotu, man, you name it, you know, shoot.
Yeah.
Those guys, you know, getting the pressure on the passer. So whenever they would drop back, you know, normally you play zone defense. You think quarterback's going to have all day to sit back there and just find the windows. But with the rush coming at them and then with the coverage underneath and how intimidating we were with our team speed and how ferocious we were, it posed a lot of problems for our opponent.
Still remember the 99 NFC Championship game versus the greatest show on turf against the Rams?
Yeah, I still remember that.
What do you take from that? Because you guys
Ricky Pro still didn't make that catch.
Right. Okay. You're about to win 6-5. Your defense is shutting down a team that's scoring over 30 points a game. I mean, talk about that effort a little bit.
Oh, that was just you know, it's a shame that we didn't get to advance on into a Super Bowl setting and win it that year.
Yeah.
Had we done that, we probably would have gone down as one of the greatest defenses in the history.
I think you still are one of the greatest defenses in history. I know you got to run. I appreciate the time. I got to ask you one last question. Hardy Nickerson for the Ring of Honor. Why aren't you in there yet? Should you be in the Ring of Honor for this Tampa Bay Buccaneer team?
I'll leave that to you.
I think you should be. Your teammate Chidi Ahanatu thinks you should be in the Ring of Honor. You changed the culture. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Sell yourself here, Hardy Nickerson.
Well, I mean, I think everything speaks for itself. I came in here, became a 5-time Pro Bowler, All-Pro player. I put in the work.
Yeah.
I put in the work. I was team MVP a number of times. I put in the work.
I got to ask you one more. Josiah Trotter, they just drafted him. A lot of people say he can't cover. Do you think he can develop that? Can a young linebacker develop into that coverage linebacker with his athleticism, in your opinion?
I think he can.
Okay.
I think he can. I haven't seen him play very much.
Okay.
But he's got the traits.
Okay.
And you can best believe, that's not going to be the issue with him.
Yeah.
He's going to be a ball player.
All right.
Based off of pedigree.
I appreciate you, man. As always, Hardy Nickerson, the hardware man on the evolution of sports talk television. Thanks a lot for your time. All right.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Absolutely. There, Hardy Nickerson, the hardware man. I think he'll be in the Ring of Honor here any day now when it comes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right. So welcome back to the evolution of sports talk television. There you go. Hardy Nickerson. In case you didn't see that interview. And that's the reason why you should tune in on September 19th for the Tampa Bay Sports Collectors Expo, because you never know who's going to show up. And there's already been announcements of Ian Beckles and James Wilder Jr. and Tez Johnson and Sean Kemp and Clinton Portis. Names like that out there. You just never know. We've interviewed Jimmy Giles before. We've interviewed Kalijah Cansey. We've had all kinds of interviews. Want to go out to the comments in just a moment, but we'll go out to the phone lines. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the evolution. Yes, hello.
Yep, hello.
How you doing, Peter? It's Jay from
Tampa. You got to turn down your phone.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, buddy. How you doing?
Yeah, I wanted to tell you, man, if you could tell the Bucs this before this season starts next week. My birthday is on the 9th, 4 days before the Bucs start, man. I'm excited about the season. And tell the Bucs that I said, let's do what the New York Knicks did. Let's win a championship.
I like it. I like it, my friend. I wish can you turn down your phone just a little bit so I can hear you just a little bit better there?
Yeah, did you hear what I said?
Yes, New York Knicks. Do it like the New York Knicks.
Yes, tell them, man. I'm wishing the best for our team, man. I hope we go all the way, man.
Love it. I love the optimism, my friend. What else?
Yeah, and I'm gonna be calling in. As the season go along. I got a lot of good stuff I want to talk to you about. I want to tell you something about is Vita Vea gonna be with us for the season?
I think so. They're going to play chicken on this. I definitely think he's going to be with this team. At the end of the day, he doesn't want to miss out on money.
We lost Mike Evans. We need Vea with us.
Well, you lost Mike Evans, but again, you gained Emeka Egbuka. You've got Jalen McMillan. You've got Tez Johnson. You've got Chris Godwin Jr. You've got Ted Hurst. They've got a plethora of wide receivers. So this offense may get better.
Guys, Baker Mayfield, all those guys to throw that ball to, man. This should be really nice, man.
Should. It may be one of the top offenses in the National Football League. And in fact, that's one of my biggest predictions. This offense turns it around, and that's the reason why I think this team is going to win the NFC South this year and win at least one playoff game.
I hope you know what I hope, man? I hope we can win them all. If it's possible, like the 72 Dolphins did this year, I would love to see my team try to win all of them, man.
It would definitely be nice, my friend. It would definitely be nice.
I'm going to stay optimistic on that.
All right. I like it, my friend. I like it a lot. Keep on calling in the evolution of sports talk television, all right?
Yeah, we got who we got? We got the New York Jets in New York. That's
New York Jets next Friday. And we will be
my
live here.
My birthday is on the 9th, August the 9th.
Well, happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, 4 days before the Bucs start, bro.
There you go. Well, there you go.
I got so much I want to talk to you about. I will be calling in. I'm going to call in probably that day after this New York game.
Okay.
We'll break this down how they will, because I don't know who's next. I can't wait to see the next two after this.
Well, listen.
I hope they win all 3 games, regardless of the score. I hope they win all 3 to start this season.
I like the way you're thinking. You're absolutely correct about that. And you can definitely call in twice. Just make sure you turn down your phone so I can hear you. But continue to call in, and you're definitely welcome on the Evolution on Monday and Wednesday nights. And, of course, during Bucs season, we will have away watch parties at the Brick House Tavern there in Del Mabry. Come out there, get in front of the camera, and be a part of the Evolution, my friend, all right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I sure want to see that.
Come and meet me sometime, all right? Yeah, go Bucs. I love it. He says, go Bucs, go Bucs.
Wait up, no, boy. Wait up.
Go Bucs.
Yeah!
Double.
He's excited.
Yeah, he's excited.
Fire the cannon.
So the coach. Yes, that's the other thing. You know, if it wasn't enough to do all these shows on Monday and Wednesday nights during the weekdays, go out to pizza parlors or pizza delis, whatever you want to call it. It's a great pizza place. I'm going to eat some pizza on Saturday. All right. I'm not doing it during the week. I'm going to do it Saturday. It's going to be a cheat day there at Sam's Deli on Gandy. Come out there. Be a part of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Oh, where can I go? Where can I be on TV? I can't be on TV on the station. I can't be on the radio. You can be on the Evolution. What's your name? Where are you calling from? You're on the Evolution.
Thank you for wasting my time. Goodbye forever.
Well, there you go. There's Sun Double Day. And that's what it's all about.
Happy hump day, man.
Yes, happy hump day to you.
Hump day.
Yes, sir. What's on your mind?
You know what we forgot to talk about? All the craziness and how so much jam-packed sports is going on in July.
Yeah.
We forgot the most important event last month that happened.
And that was?
Disco Demolition.
Oh, my God. Disco Demolition. I love that.
Let's clean up the shop right there.
Coming up August 12th is the 31st anniversary of the baseball night fiasco in Los Angeles when they had to forfeit the game because they gave away baseballs and the fans got mad. They started chucking it at the Reds, and then the Dodgers had to forfeit the game. So, do you remember that? You remember that one, right?
I do remember that. I remember seeing that on This Week in Baseball with how about that, Mel Allen? Somebody said you're more relaxed. I think this is King Cook 1485. Peter, you're definitely more relaxed on Wednesday night than you're on Monday night. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. It's going back to work on Monday, and I love my job, but just going back to work on Mondays, it just sucks sometimes.
It is.
And then coming here, and I'm trying to vent, and I'm trying to kind of get all that negative energy out, and then it kind of just, that the hate just kind of flows through me on Monday. I was just being really hateful in that. And I don't want to bring that this year. I want more Bucs wins than losses. So I do apologize, King. I appreciate you being one of the heads of Webhead Nation. Go ahead, Sun Devil.
Yeah, so basically, I want to give a shout out to Tampa Bay ownership. Made some great trades before the deadline. Entirely different direction now, paradigm shift. Because you know who, Mr. Miser wouldn't have done all those trades. He probably would have got rid of Junior Camaro before the deadline.
Oh, Stu.
But now we have a different era.
We all love Stu here on the show. Yeah, right.
So big shout out. Hey, Rays won again. Cubs swept the Dodgers today.
Cubs win. The Cubs win.
Cubs win. They look good.
Yeah. Okay.
And another big shout out. I know it's Wednesday night, so I gotta just give my props out. It was great to see Kevin Owens back in the ring.
Yes.
Looks like, and that was probably one of the most shocking returns probably since Edge came back for Royal Rumble.
Well, that's you had Edge come back. That was and then you have Kevin Owens with a neck injury, and then a lot of people forget that Steve Austin dealt with a neck injury.
Triple H too had to come back from 8 months away. John Cena.
By the way, who broke Steve Austin's neck?
That was Owen Hart.
That was the late, great Owen Hart. That is correct. Very good.
He did the pile driver wrong.
Yes.
Austin, I think, told him, he goes, hey, man, I'd rather see you do the pile driver, with your knees and sit on your butt. And
Right.
I believe Owen did it on his butt, which is more dangerous. And
Right.
you know, it's just a mishap, and it basically shortened his career, obviously. But hey, tomorrow night we got a little bit of football, so make sure you watch Carson Beck. He's starting tomorrow night for the Cardinals.
Yeah. Love that. Love that.
And again, look, I know we want to keep things positive, but for all you whiny, spoiled brat, pretentious, bitchy Tampa Bay Buck fans that want to get rid of Baker, I tell you, every day when I'm wearing my Buccaneers cap walking around the Valley of the Sun, strangers come up to me, hey, what's going on with Baker? We'll take Baker over Jacoby Brissett any day. What's going on with Baker? Take care of Baker. Strangers just coming up to me.
Strangers
so, you know
in
what?
the night.
You keep bitching, you keep moaning. You know what's going to happen? When Baker leaves next year and he goes to the Steelers and wins the Super Bowl, don't be bitching anymore. Thank you for wasting my time. Goodbye forever. I'll see you, buddy.
There you go. Thank you very much, Sun Devil Dave, right there.
Damn it, Jim.
Hit the gym thing, I said, for Sun Devil Dave. Good stuff. Open phone line. We're going to wrap this up. I'm going to save my voice because I feel like my voice has been kind of going out tonight. I don't know what it is. I'm dealing with some type of sickness that will not go away. I'm not taking enough Dayquil. I'm not taking any NyQuil because I took NyQuil and I'm out for like 12 hours. And then, you know, my family's trying to do a wellness check on me and I'm just sleeping. You know, it's like when I was born, my dad was like, what's wrong with him? Is he dead? That doctor goes, nah, he's just sleeping. You know, it's my life at this point. You know, I'm just sleeping through it. Not through the Bucs season. Hopefully not, because we're sleeping through the Bucs season, man. Oh, my gosh. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. If we're sleepwalking during the season, ooh. All right, let's go out to him. I already foreshadowed he was going to call in.
Damn it, Jim. What the hell's the matter with you?
Jim, using your second call. Welcome to the Evolution.
I want to get my second call before you call it tonight because I heard I'm listening to you. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Man, we got to stop blaming the coach as the fan base.
Oh, man, Todd Bowles is under blame for everything, man. Todd Bowles is the blame for the inflation of quarterback salaries in the National Football League. Todd Bowles is the reason why you have eggs for $7 or $8 and the reason why rent is ridiculous at this point. 14. It's Todd Bowles' fault. It's not anybody else's fault. It's Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles is the fault. Todd Bowles, Bowles. That's what it is. Todd. There you go.
And we had guests on, but you know how I feel about it, right?
Yeah, I know how you feel.
I always blame the black man. So anyway,
I'm not gonna go. Listen, I'm not gonna go that far. Do I think there's some Bucs fans like that? Maybe.
We're not gonna say all. We
right.
can't say all.
I just think again, it's about the personality. He's not as energetic or has the charisma like a John Gruden. I think it's like I think he does have some charisma. He just doesn't show it.
Hold on. Did they say that about what is it?
They used to say the same thing about Tony Dungy. Yes, they used to say
Tony Dungy.
Yeah,
what color was he again? Oh, I forgot.
I'm not gonna do that, man. Don't do that.
He wasn't light skinned.
I ain't gonna do that. I'm not going down that road, Jim. But I get it. I get it.
But Tony Dungy and Todd Bowles, what are they the exact same mannerisms? Not really.
Right.
But I like them both as coaches. And they were great coaches, actually, both of them.
They were.
And they both won Super Bowls, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
Well,
but Todd Bowles hadn't never won by Todd Bowles hadn't won as a head coach.
As a head coach, that's correct. Yes. He has not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So but he did win the defensive coordinator. So
he did. Absolutely. Talented.
So we're gonna get him up there as if we keep him. If the fan base don't get rid of him, which they really can't, but if we don't get rid of him, we keep him. He might get us to a Super Bowl. What you think?
I mean, he's got the defensive weapons. I think the sky's the limit for this team. I think the offense can turn it around. You know me, I'm the eternal optimist. So I think this team can turn around 10, 11 wins. Why not? Why can't it happen for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? I don't know about undefeated, man. Come on.
What about
undefeated? Undefeated. That's tough.
What about what would be a good record? 17 games in the season?
Yeah, like 11-6. That'd be good.
Let's go 12-2.
Well, be 12 and it would be 12-5, wouldn't it?
12-5.
12-5, yeah.
Okay.
11-6.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Take that. over 8-9, not making the playoffs, and everybody in their mama killing you about Todd Bowles being fired, and get rid of everybody at this point. Hell, I'll take anything. I'll take a NFC South crown again. I'll take a playoff game or two win so we can shut the haters up. That's what we need to do.
It was crazy how they forgot about the first half of the season.
I know.
The haters.
I know, Todd. Yeah.
When all the sportscasters shows was talking about we could win the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But because of the second half of the season, they was ready to fire the guy that makes the shoelaces look
They're
good.
finally equipment manager, the guy, the strength and head coach. They're ready. Strength and conditioning
fire
coach.
the water boy and
fire everybody. Fire the host. Fire me. Get me out of here.
They was getting rid of the Glazers.
Right.
I don't know how they gonna do that, but they was trying.
Yeah, well, can't do that. Can never get rid of the owners. That's for sure.
Yeah, you ain't never gonna get rid of them.
Nope. They own the team. There you go.
So I think we're gonna have a great season. I cannot wait till Bengals play the Buccaneers in Game 1 opening season.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I'm going to play any fantasy this year because I fell out with my fantasy squad.
Why did you fall out with your fantasy? Well, we do care about your fantasy football team. Why did you fall out with your fantasy football team?
Because in my fantasy football team, they were so competitive that when we was making our trades, they would not let me make my trades because they know I was going to win if I got my trades to go through.
Well, that's why you got to draft before you make trades because you got.
I drafted, but then when I wanted to make some trades, they're not going to give you the league. Crazy strong in the draft,
right?
But I make perfect trades.
Well, they're not going to give you the league here, Jim. If you're going to win it, they're not going to give you the league. That's not how it works.
We got open trades. They making these fantasy rules where you can't trade. They saying like I can't trade with a certain people and stuff like
crazy.
that.
Wow, that's nuts. Wow, then I wouldn't play fantasy football. Go make your own league.
And exactly. And that was like they was trying to put money in the pot last year, and I was like, just give me my money back if you ain't gonna let me trade.
That's right. Give me my money. Just give me my money. Yeah. There you go.
So,
all right, how much money?
Yeah, man. Vita Vea. I think Vita Vea and our quarterback. I think they're gonna be happy, and they're definitely gonna finish the season out. What you think?
Yeah, I definitely think they're all going to be back. Listen, they're going to make this situation, they're going to quiet this down. I think the Glazers, ownership is going to step in here and quiet things down. I do.
They might pay them a sentence that we don't know about,
Right.
Like, hey, every time you get a sack, every time you get a touchdown, such and such.
Well, they give him, they give Vita Vea a bump, a couple million bump there.
Yeah,
probably like a
they
10 million
some
bump.
money. I mean,
8 million.
I don't think they're gonna get rid of Vita Vea.
They're not going to get rid of him. That makes no sense to get rid of him at all. None. Makes no sense at all.
And he's still. They must have told him something because he's still cooperating.
He's still engaging, even though he's not practicing. He's still engaging with Bucs teammates. They're not worried about it. They're going to play chicken with him. We're going to see how it works out.
So, like I was trying to tell Jason Powers, but I couldn't hear him good. Right. But I was trying to tell Jason Powers that they were just moving around money between the owners and the GMs. That's what I was trying to tell Jason Powers. But yeah. It's just a contract situation. We don't know it all.
Yep.
We just know a little bit as fans, whatever the media, the national media say. So I think your shows is great. And
thank you, brother.
Did we miss Leo Haggerty?
We did. I think Leo was a little bit late tonight, maybe overslept or something, but we'll get him. We'll probably try to get him on Saturday, make his debut here back on the sports web.
All right, tell her the Greek and in Tampa Bay, Ray, I miss them, man.
I miss them too. They're doing
I like
their
y'all.
thing.
I like y'all going, feeding off of each other.
It's good, right?
Yeah, it's great.
All right,
and man. I do like you and Jason Powers. Anybody, any of your specialty shows or anything.
It's right. Blake and Blake too. I know you miss us too, so we gotta.
And I
bring
do
that
like
back.
you talking to the web heads too.
I like talking.
I like
to the
your whole
webheads.
show all around. I just like it. So
thanks, man.
Keep
I
up the good work, brother.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Good stuff, Jim.
All right, talk to you later.
All right, buddy. We'll read the rest of these comments. We'll get out of here for the night. I got to record Bucs latest right there. Here's the test, Bucs fans. You said you wanted daily Tampa Bay Buccaneer content. You get it. It's part of the Fan Arts Network every day, 11 a.m. on YouTube. It's Bucs latest. We talk about your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We talk about Baker Mayfield ad nauseum. Fans hate me. That's okay. We talk about it. Vita Vea ad nauseum. Fans hate me. They still watch. It's all good. We talk about the latest Buccaneer information and news for the day. It's Bucs latest. And again, like and subscribe to the newest page, Bucs latest, on Facebook. All right. Enough advertising. I feel like I've been advertising all night long. Hardy is rocking his own throwback. Now that's gangster. Yeah, absolutely. Why isn't Mike Alstott a Hall of Fame candidate? Like, seriously, not enough the numbers. I always wanted Hardy and Warwick to win the first Super Bowl with us. That would have been nice. Ricky Pearl and Cooper Kupp, the Buccaneer killers. Yeah, I hate them. Hate the Rams. Absolutely hate the Rams. Let's go on to King of, what is this? Kings of Rifle. Wow, Nickerson was my first Bucs jersey when I was 6. Granted, I didn't know whom he was back then, but as I grew up, I see how great he was and wore that jersey till I couldn't fit it anymore. Good stuff. Good memories. Love it. Tej Johnson outshining the receiver room in camp so far. He was until the groin injury. Peter, you're definitely more relaxed on Wednesday night show than you are on Monday nights. You're absolutely correct about that. Jim says, right on, Baker, Sun Devil Dave. Space Windu, thank you very much for tuning in right there. Let's go out to the Rock Hill 920. Damn, they got Kendrick Perkins calling into the show. It wasn't Kendrick Perkins there, but thank you very much for the comment. I don't know who that is. What is this, The Rock? I got a rock for you. There you go.
What's your name?
What's your name?
I told you it doesn't matter what your name is.
Jabroni. Sorry, Tim. 11 or 12 wins this year. I like it, Tim. Let's go out to the Rock Hill. Low key, your profile pic looks like Shaq. Is that Shaq? It's not Shaq. Thank you very much. What do we got here? All right. Thanks a lot, Jim. Appreciate you as always. Calling in. And then let's go out to King Cook 1485. Damn, Tez got a groin injury. Yes, groin strain. We'll check and keep you up to date on that situation. Is the Greek and Tampa Bay Ray no longer appearing on the show? Yes, they are appearing on the show. We appreciate you. They're just taking some time off, during the offseason. I'm always working. They're taking time off. They're coming back. I promise you, they are always a part of the evolution of sports talk television. Peter, did you watch SummerSlam this past weekend? That I did. The first night absolutely sucked. It absolutely sucked.
That's good enough to suck right there.
The second night was good. I like that. Brock Lesnar, Obafemi. Again, Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. A little Shield action there. Dean Ambrose, a little shout out there. That was good. Of course, Chelsea Green winning a title. Good for her. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff there to really, get excited about. Again, Brock Lesnar retiring in Minnesota with a great match with Obafemi. The passing of the torch. So good. I liked how they did it on night 2. Night 1, not so much. I don't know what they were doing on night 1. Let's see here. Good to hear. I love the show with all of you. Yes, I agree. I love the show with all of them too, but they're busy. They're doing their thing. Greek is betting. He's a professional handicapper extraordinaire. He'll be back soon. Ray, he's doing his thing when it comes to the Tampa Bay Rays down there in downtown St. Pete at Fergs and the Tampa St. Pete Sports Connection there with Mike Rickford. They do some great stuff. So they'll be back. Don't worry. Just keep on tuning into the evolution of sports talk television. And then if you guys don't know, we will be live this Saturday at noon. So definitely tune in from Sam's Pizza Deli Cafe, of course, at noon Saturday, 4644 West Gandy Boulevard, Suite 10. Come out there, have some pizza, and get on the evolution of sports talk television. We'll have the camera. We'll have the Wi-Fi. We'll have the lights. It's like a regular TV show, but it doesn't have a station. It's like a radio show without the station. Be a part of it here in the Bay Area. With that being said, we'll go ahead and wrap it up right there for another edition of the Evolution of Sports Talk Television. Like and subscribe to the Sports Web on YouTube. Friend me on Facebook at Peter H. Blake. Facebook stars are open. YouTube Super Chats. Thanks to Jason Powers on Sports Podcast. Check him out on Spectrum Sports 360. We didn't have Leo, so we'll probably have Leo on Saturday. The return of Leo Haggerty didn't happen tonight. That's okay. We had plenty of phone calls, plenty of interaction. I really appreciate that. As always, we'll be back on Saturday afternoon, noon, from Sam's Pizza and Deli there on Gandy Boulevard. Keep on tuning into the Evolution. 3 things. We'll wrap it up. We'll keep it down for the housemates. Bring your passion. Bring your excitement. Just don't bring any nonsense. I'm your host, Peter Blake. You're a Rolex reporter. What time is it? It's my time. And, of course, for fans of the sports web, the Tampa Bay sports fan, especially you go Bucs fans, you go Rays fans, you Rays up fans, it's your time. We'll see you next time here on the Evolution of Sports Talk Television here on a hump day.
Hump day.
And what do we say, Bucs fans, screaming out loud? Go Bucs.